What if I told you that most people have been calculating their retirement number completely wrong? You see, the average person thinks they need hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in their account to retire by 40, but the real number? It might shock you. It might even inspire you. Because the truth is, with the right strategy and consistent action, retiring rich by 40 is not just possible, it is absolutely achievable. My name is your financial guide, and in the next 14 minutes, I'm going to break down the exact science behind early wealth accumulation. We are going to talk about real numbers, real examples, and most importantly, the real path to financial freedom while your peers are still grinding away at their 9-to-5 jobs. But here's where everyone gets it wrong. Myth number 1. You need $1,000,000 to retire at 40. Wrong. Myth number 2. Early retirement is only for the lucky or the privileged. Completely false. Myth number 3. You have to sacrifice your entire life to make it happen. Not even close. The people spreading these myths, they benefit from your ignorance. They want you to think retirement is some impossible fantasy reserved for lottery winners and tech billionaires. But I'm here to demolish every single one of those myths with cold, hard mathematics. Myth number 4. You need decades to build wealth. Incorrect. The power of compound interest means your timeline is shorter than you think. Myth number 5. Investing is too complicated for regular people. It's actually simpler than most make it. And myth number 6. You cannot retire by 40 without living like a monk. You absolutely can, and you can do it while enjoying your life. Let me tell you the story of Marcus. Marcus was a 35-year-old accountant who looked at his bank account and realized he was trapped. He made a solid income, he had a nice house, but when he did the math, he realized he was still 15 years away from being able to stop working. 15 more years of the same monotonous routine. 15 more years of missed moments with his kids. 15 more years until freedom. That is when he discovered something changed everything. Now let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a freelance designer making decent money, but she was burning out fast. She was working 60-hour weeks and still could not see the finish line. She felt like a hamster on a wheel, running faster and faster but never actually getting anywhere. Sound familiar? That is the reality for millions of people. But here are the actual numbers that will blow your mind. The average person needs to save approximately $1.5 to $2 million to retire comfortably at 65 with a 40-year time horizon. However, if you retire at 40, you're looking at a 55-year time horizon. But here's where the math gets interesting. Due to the rule of 72 and compound interest, that number is dramatically lower than most people think. According to recent financial data, someone investing consistently from age 25 to 45 can accumulate enough wealth to generate passive income that covers their expenses. We're talking about a potential number between $500,000 and $1.2 million, depending on your investment return rate and your annual savings amount. The statistics are clear. 99% of people never reach financial independence because they don't know the formula. But the formula exists. The formula works. And in the next 7 minutes, you're going to learn exactly how to apply it to your specific situation. Let me walk you through a concrete example. Let us call our investor Alex. Alex is 28 years old. Alex earns a solid income of $70,000 per year. After taxes and basic expenses, Alex can invest $15,000 annually. That is $1,250 per month. A realistic and achievable number for many people. Now, Alex invests this $15,000 every single year into a diversified portfolio that historically returns 8% annually. This is not an aggressive assumption. The stock market has averaged approximately 10% over the long term, so 8% is conservative. Year 1, Alex invests $15,000. End of year 1 balance, $16,200. Year 5, Alex has invested $75,000, but the account balance is $95,000. Notice the power of compound interest kicking in. By year 10, Alex has invested $150,000, but the account balance is $230,000. That extra $80,000 came from pure compound growth, no additional contribution. But watch what happens next. By year 15, Alex has invested $225,000, but the account balance has grown to $490,000. By year 20, the numbers become truly powerful. Total invested, $300,000. Account balance, $825,000. Still think you need a magic money machine? Wrong. You just need mathematics and discipline. But now comes the objection everyone raises. Objection number 1. I cannot save $15,000 per year. My response? Could you adjust your lifestyle to make it happen? Could you cut unnecessary expenses, negotiate a raise, or start a side project? Most people spend $15,000 on things that add no value to their life within a single year. The question is not whether you can save $15,000. The question is whether retiring by 40 is important enough to you. Objection number 2. The market might crash and I will lose everything. Here's the reality. Yes, the market will crash. But you know what? If you retire at 40 and your money is spread across decades, the crashes become irrelevant. From 1920 to 2024, despite dozens of crashes, including the Great Depression and the 2008 financial crisis, the market delivered returns to patient investors. You are not trying to time the market, you are trying to use the market. Objection number 3. I don't have a good job or a high income. Okay, so what? If you earn $50,000 instead of $70,000, your timeline extends. Maybe you retire at 43 instead of 40. But that's not failure. That's still kicking the average person by 7 years and avoiding decades of unnecessary work. Objection number 4. I have debt. My response? Handle it strategically. High-interest debt? Pay it down aggressively while making minimum investments. Low-interest debt, like mortgages? Sometimes it makes sense to invest while paying the debt. The math works differently for everyone, but don't let debt paralyze you into inaction. The final objection. I'm already past 30. It's too late. This is the saddest myth of all. Someone who starts at 35 and invests for 15 years until 45, starting with $1 million in passive investments that generate 4% annually, would have approximately $1.8 million. That's enough to generate $72,000 in annual passive income without touching the principal. For many people, that's freedom.
Here are your exact action steps. Step 1. Calculate your number. Determine how much money you need to generate annually to cover your living expenses. Multiply that number by 25. That is your target number based on the 4% rule. If you need $40,000 annually, your target is $1 million. Step 2, choose your investment vehicle, an index fund portfolio, real estate, a business, or a combination of all three. The vehicle matters less than the consistency. Step 3, calculate your required monthly investment. Use an investment calculator, plug in your numbers, and determine exactly how much you need to save monthly to hit your goal. Step 4, automate everything. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your investment account every single month. Make it invisible so you do not spend the money and then wonder where your discipline went. Step 5, increase your income. Your savings rate is defined by the gap between your income and your expenses. Widen that gap. Negotiate raises, start a side project, create multiple income streams. The people who retire earliest do not just cut expenses, they aggressively increase income. Step 6, adjust your mindset. Stop thinking about retirement as this faraway fantasy. Start thinking about financial independence as something you are building right now. Every single dollar you invest today is a day you will not have to work in the future. That is power. That is freedom. And here is the final truth. Retiring rich by 40 is not about luck. It's not about inheritance. It's about mathematics, discipline, and time. You have the time. You have the ability to master the mathematics.
The only question is whether you have the discipline to make the decision today and execute consistently for the next 10 to 15 years. So here is my call to action for you. Don't just watch this video and scroll to the next one. Download an investment calculator right now. Spend 10 minutes calculating your specific retirement number. Write it down. Make it real. Because once you have that number, once you see that your goal is actually achievable, everything changes. You stop making excuses. You start making moves. Your 40-year-old self is either going to thank you or curse you for the decisions you make today. Which version of your future do you want to create? The time to start is now. Go build your wealth. Go earn your freedom.